Hey race fans, it's Race Day Top 5 with me, Frank 5, recapping the Xfinity Series and Truck Series championship races that are already in the books, with one main one to go tomorrow. But let's recap who won the Xfinity Championship and the Truck Championship for those that don't know. And I'm going to start with the Xfinity Series. Number 1, Tyler Reddick for Junior Motorsports, who a lot of people thought, Tyler Reddick, really? Does he have a chance at all? Won the Ford EcoBoost 300 today and captured his first ever NASCAR championship, winning the Xfinity Series title, winning the championship over Christopher Bell, Daniel Hemrick, Cole Custer, Daniel Hemrick, and Christopher Bell. A lot of people really thought, Tyler Reddick, he got to this point, but does he really have a chance? I mean, he was basically described as the underdog driver, realistically so. I mean, think about this guy. He started out the year winning at Daytona, and that much, the closest finish in NASCAR history over Elliott Sadler. And then, from the summer, they sucked. But when it came to the playoff time, they got their groove. They got back in the groove, and they were top 5, top 10 contenders week in and week out. And basically, the main contenders that were fighting for the championship, when they were taking out in the first few races, it played into Reddick's hands. It was pointing his way into Homestead, and he didn't come on strong until the end of this race, running the high groove for the last half of the race to his advantage, and was able to win the championship and race. And it's huge for this guy, and knowing that this was his last race for Junior Motorsports, because he's going to Richard Childress' Xfinity team next year, and I think Richard Childress is pretty happy knowing that this guy just won the championship. He's going to have a future champion to help him out next year. So Richard Childress could be winning the Xfinity championship next year with Tyler Reddick, but we'll find out. Number 2, Cole Custer pretty much had the best car all day long. Won the first 2 stages, even though you're the championship contenders for the title, you don't earn stage points. It's basically the best finish determines who wins the championship. Winning, obviously, satisfies everything. But Cole Custer, final stage, things just did not go his way at all. I mean, he had a bad pit stop and lost the lead, but got it back. And then he pitted a little bit later than Reddick and Bell, and he couldn't catch back up. So, I mean, they pitted a little too long. But all in all, it was a great year for Cole Custer. And I think he could show some strength and stride for next year. Number 3, Elliott Sadler, who wasn't a part of the championship for. Today was his final NASCAR race. And I love Elliott Sadler very much. He's actually been my favorite Xfinity driver since 2016. I've liked him very much throughout the Xfinity Series since he went back there in 2011. But today was his last race. He was running well in the top 10. They pitted late in the race for vibration, finished 14th lap down. But Elliott Sadler has meant so much to the sport. I'm really going to miss him. He said he'll show up at the Richmond and Martinsville races, but other than that, he's just going to be on the couch with his family. And, I look forward. Have a happy retirement, Elliott, and I'm going to miss you so much. You meant a lot to the sport. Driving for Robert Yates Racing and what you've done as a teammate to Dale Jarrett. Thank you for everything, and I'm going to miss you so much. And just thanks. I hope you have a wonderful farewell party tonight. Truck Series, number 4, Brett Moffitt, the major underdog for a team that midpoint of the season during the summer, they were questionable if they were going to be able to make some of the races because they had no sponsorship. That sponsorship coming up at the last minute, they are able to overcome adversity and win races. I mean, they won 6 races this season to win the championship, and they were really strong last night, and they benefited from Noah Gragson, the other championship contender, having a flat tire towards the last half of the final stage, and Brett Moffitt went on to win the race and the championship for Hattori Racing Enterprises, the first Japanese NASCAR team to win a championship, with Shiggy Hattori, who used to drive for trucks in 2004 and 2005 until he stepped away, and then he came back in 2016 to run his own team with Ryan Truex. They didn't really run the full season because they didn't have the money. They ran the full season last year with Ryan Truex, but missed the playoff by a tiebreaker with Ben Rhodes. And this year they get in and they win the championship. So, Shiggy Hattori, Brett Moffitt, job well done. But what does this team go for? I mean, what do they do next year? Do they have the sponsorship for next season? And we don't know what Brett Moffitt's status is. He could go to the Xfinity Series, or he could stay with the Hattori Racing Enterprises, or he could move to another team in the trucks. Regardless, Brett Moffitt's got a good future ahead of him after winning that championship last night, so kudos to him, winning it over Noah Gragson, Justin Haley, and Johnny Sauter. And number 5, Matt Crafton, my favorite truck driver, went winless this season. Fair to say, 6th place in standings is all right. This was his worst season ever. Didn't go to victory lane, really sucked. Probably because we got adjusted to the F-150s. It was a little bit difficult, but Matt will bounce back next year. So, 6th place in the race last night, an okay year. I'm not complaining. That's all I can say about that. So, before I get to previewing tomorrow, this Monday night we lost the Silver Fox, David Pearson, 3-time NASCAR champion and second on the all-time wins list with 105 wins. The Silver Fox was 83 years old. David rest in peace. We miss you very, very much, and we honor you, and we honored you these last night and today, and we're going to honor you tomorrow with some stickers for your memory. And you meant so much to the sport, especially driving the Wood Brothers, and the best finish you had with Richard Petty in the Daytona 500 in 1976, where you guys crashed off before, and still your team pushed you to the start-finish line and everything. That was pretty cool. So, Silver Fox, thanks for everything. We miss you so much. So tomorrow is the Championship 4 round at Homestead. Who's going to win? Harvick, Truex, Kyle Busch, Joey Logano? The answer will be after 400 miles. So subscribe, like, congrats to our champions in Brett Moffitt in the trucks, Tyler Reddick in the Xfinity Series. Elliott Sadler, thank you for a wonderful career, and enjoy the Ford EcoBoost 400 Championship 4 race tomorrow at Homestead, everybody. Until then, good night.